In this video, I'm going to show how to overwrite Steam Workshop uploads. I'm going to go over the procedure for how to overwrite Steam Workshop uploads within the game, and how to manually reassign uploads to overwrite existing Workshop pages for games where updating is compatible. I'm going to use 6 games as examples for you, because in each game, there's a slightly different system, and I want to show you as many useful examples as I can to help you identify how your game works. Game 1 is Trailmakers. In this game, there are no systems for storing the Steam Workshop ID, and so unfortunately, as a result, the game does not use such a system to allow Workshop overrides. Game 2 is TerraTech Worlds. Just like in Trailmakers, the Workshop ID is never actually saved in any form for this game, and so you have to upload to a new Steam Workshop page every single time. But here's where the turnaround happens. Game 3 is Cosmeteer. In Cosmeteer, when you make a mod and upload to the Workshop, or make a ship folder and upload to the Workshop, a hidden file containing the Steam Workshop ID is generated and placed in the uploaded folder. Game uses this to keep track of what Workshop page it's connected to. As a result, if you go to upload the item to the Workshop again, it will automatically reuse the same Workshop page instead of making a new one. But what do you do when you've deleted the mod locally out of the mod folder but still have it elsewhere on your PC, and yet now want to submit an update to it? In this case, you won't have the Workshop ID file associated with the mod or ship folder anymore. Conveniently, because the Workshop ID is stored as its own file, within the folder uploaded to the Workshop, we can use this functionality to manually reassign the Workshop page to our local file. We go to the Steam Workshop page for the item we wish to overwrite and copy this number at the end of the address bar. Next, go into our folder that we are planning to upload. Right-click and select Make New, Text Document, and when you do this, it will immediately get you to rename the file. Make sure to delete everything in the name, including the .txt, and write down .workshop. Once you do this, open up the file in the text editor of your choice and paste the number we have from the address bar. Save the file, and now go back into the game. You will see when you go to upload the file to the Workshop that instead of making a new Workshop page, it is now trying to update the Workshop page that already exists. Game 4, Scrap Mechanic. In Scrap Mechanic, the system is much like Cosmeteer, where normally you can just use the built-in systems of the game to override a Workshop page. If the file on your machine still shows as uploaded to the Workshop, replacing it is as simple as saving a new creation with the same name to overwrite that creation, and then uploading to the Workshop again. Just like Cosmeteer, Scrap Mechanic stores the Workshop information in the same folder as the Workshop upload. The difference is, instead of being stored as a .workshop file, it is stored as a JSON file. However, unlike in Cosmeteer, where the only thing the file is storing is the Workshop ID, in Scrap Mechanic, the local ID, file name, user ID of the publisher, blueprint name, and description are also included. If we have a situation where the original file is not locally uploaded, but we want to make an update to that creation on the Workshop page, this extra data makes it a little more tricky. To start, we need to get this data from the Steam page. We do this by subscribing to our own creation and downloading the Workshop item. We then copy the description.json file from the Workshop download and replace the one in the folder of the blueprint we're trying to use as an overwrite of the Workshop page. Lastly, we go out of the folder and rename the folder to also have the same local ID that we see inside the .json file. When you go back into the game, you will find the creation under the new name that we've given it in the .json file. From here, you can just upload the file to the Workshop like normal, and it will act as an overwrite to the Workshop page we have just assigned it. That's how it works for blueprints in the game. For mods, it's a slightly different system. Just like the regular blueprints, if you upload it from your local machine, it should update the mod automatically. But if for some reason you don't have the copy with the Workshop information anymore, and you want to update it now, it's fortunately more easy to update the Workshop page than it is for blueprints. The game uses the same description.json file for the Workshop, but doesn't use the local ID as the folder name. As a result, just editing the description.json file on our new version and uploading that to the Workshop will be enough to update the old Steam page. Game 5, Stormworks. In Stormworks, the system is quite different. Instead of the Workshop information being kept with the blueprint, it is kept in a list that the game gives you when you try to upload to the Workshop as an option to overwrite any of the creations you have uploaded before. This list automatically transfers between computers, so I can't see any reason you'd need to know how to edit it manually, and even if there was one, I can't figure out how to do it. I don't know if this list is kept locally on the machine, or if it automatically grabs the information from the Steam Workshop. Game 6, Screwdrivers. Screwdrivers is much like Cosmeteer or Scrap Mechanic. The game stores workshop information associated with each creation as a local file, allowing you to overwrite a creation with an updated version in-game the same way you normally upload. Assuming you deleted or corrupted your local copy and now want to reassign the workshop page to a different creation version, to update the item now with a new creation, we must manually recreate this file just like for Cosmeteer. We start by copying down the local file's ID number that we want to use as an overwrite. Make a new file and name it with this ID followed by WPID. Just like with Cosmeteer, we remove the .txt at the end. Once you do this, open the file and paste in the workshop ID number of the workshop item we want to overwrite. Save it, and now when you go to upload that creation in game, you'll find it goes to update the workshop instead of uploading to a new workshop page. Unlike Cosmeteer or Scrap Mechanic, which generate the workshop file before uploading, in Screwdrivers the workshop file is created afterwards. As a result, the first time you upload a creation to the workshop, this workshop ID file, the WPID file, will not be included. But if you have updated the creation before, the process is even easier. Like with Scrap Mechanic, you can just grab the workshop file from the workshop download, put it in the local creation files folder, and then rename it to have the same matching local ID of the file you want to use as an override of the Steam page. And lastly, Game 7? VTube Studio. This is more of an application, but you use it with the Steam Workshop anyway, so it's relevant. The Workshop system is somewhat broken for this program. If you download directly from the Steam Workshop by pressing the subscribe button, it downloads to the regular folder that Steam puts workshop items in. The program doesn't know how to look for the model files there, and so it won't even see them. However, you can manually move the model files into the correct folder, which is shown in the program when you click this button. The other option is to do it from within the program. Selecting the Browse for Workshop Models button allows you to look through the workshop models from inside the program. Clicking the OK button on a model will automatically download it and put it in the right folder. To replace a workshop item in this game, it's also like Stormworks, where there's a list of previously uploaded content that is editable. Once again, I don't know if this list is stored locally, or if it loads from what's seen on the Steam Workshop, but in either case, it loads from separate computers just fine, so it doesn't really matter. So, that's a summary of how to edit workshop uploads in a variety of games. I hope this was helpful to you to figure out if you can edit your uploads, and how to do so for the game you're working with. Anyway, this is Cheddar Fox, and I'm signing off. God bless.